Hello everyone, this is Megatron and welcome to my first video build ever. I've been playing the games for some time and this is my first build, my video build. And this is the hybrid power Condi build for the Necro. And before I show you the build, I want to give credit to this build for Nemesis. This is based on one of his very old builds with a little variation. So as you can see, I have 29k of vitality or health, and I do really good on both power and condies, and I can tank and survive, and I have condi removals. Pretty much I have everything with this build. I have CC, and I'm really enjoying playing this build in all the difficult contents of the game, raiding, high level fractals, just running around in the jungle, everything. I feel confident playing any content of the game, and I'm really enjoying it. So this is the stats of the build. Right now I'm on my Condi weapons. So basically, for switching between Condi and Power Focus, the only thing we're gonna do is switching our weapons and switching our food. Okay, so I just want to show you the stats before we get started. I have 1000 condition damage. Okay, and this is the armor, this is the vitality. Okay, and I'm gonna pop in my Condi food so we can see the exact stats that I want to reach at. Okay, so it's around 1200 condition damage and 50% or 54% condition duration, and because we are a Reaper, we have 74 on our chill. Okay, so your Condi weapons that you want to use are Scepter and Dagger. You want to use Trailblazer stats on those weapons. Okay. On my Scepter, I still don't have Trailblazer, but I'll get that. The sigils you want to use are Sigil of Malice and Sigil of Bursting. Okay. And the armor that you want to use is Carrion. I'm using Traveler Rune because I like to enjoy 25% movement speed, and I don't want to book a utility skill for that. Okay, because I like to change my utility skills depending on the situation I'm playing, if it is fractals or raids or anything else. Okay, so feel free if you want to use something else than Traveler Runes, but you want to have something with at least 10% condition duration, so you can have your 50% condition duration here. For trinkets, you want to use Celestial. Okay. And the back piece, you want to use Berserker. And I'm going to show you why I like to use the Berserker. Okay. And now for your power focus, you want to use a Great Sword with a Berserker stats. And I'm using Sigil of Force and Sigil of Strength. Sigil of Strength, guys, is very important. You want to use it on this build, and I will show you why. Okay, it's not just for the pure damage, it also gives me sustainability. Okay, so I switch to my greatsword now, and these are the stats you want to have when you are doing power. Now you can see I have little short of 2000 power. Okay, 30% critical chance, and let me pop my power food. Sorry, I didn't show you the food, guys. Okay, power food you want to use is Power Ferocity. Okay, which is the sweet and spicy butternut squash soup. This is very expensive, guys. And the Furious Sharpening Stone, which gives you 100 toughness and 10% of your toughness equal to ferocity. Now with these two food, guys, I'm jumping to 200% critical damage and 2000 power, which is the sweet spots that I like to have. Okay. Gravedigger with this stats will crit for about 11 to 20k depending on your damage modifiers in the group. Okay, so if you're soloing, you can do you will do pretty much between 11 to 12k. If you have, sometimes I do 14k as well. If you have some strong damage modifiers in the group, you know, a Herald and a Ranger and the Warrior, it can easily go up to 20k crit on Gravedigger. Okay? So guys, the 30% critical chance is the sweet spot you want to have with this build as well. And I will show you why when we go to the traits. Okay? It says 30% here, but I can go from 30 to 100% critical chance with this build and stats. Okay? And yeah, I'm using a Berserker back piece just to have my 2000 power. Okay? And the 200% critical damage. So guys, this is the build, this is the traits. I'm using Spite, Soul Reaping, and Reaper. Okay? You can see the stats over here. Sorry, the traits that I'm using. So Close to Death, guys, is one of my favorite traits. When the target reaches 50%, I just spam Gravedigger, okay? And even though I'm spamming Gravedigger, I'm still critting a lot with my 30%. And we will see how. Okay? This is also one of my favorite traits. It's really good. And when I'm in Reaper Shroud, I constantly apply vulnerability every 3 seconds. 3 stacks of vulnerability every 3 seconds. Okay? This, guys, syncs very well with Decimate defenses. And let me just go through Soul Reaping here. Okay? Shroud number 1 causes vulnerability. We want to have as much as vulnerability as we can. Okay? And you can see here, I'm using Doomfire. I'm not using Death Perception, okay? Because it will be an overkill if we do that. And I like Doomfire because, again, we're a hybrid build. So we want to do Condi damage and power damage in the same time, okay? So when I'm in Reaper, spamming your number 1 auto attacking is gonna do really, guys, some decent damage. It's gonna hit between like 5k because you're gonna be having like 2 to 3k from your Doomfire and 2 to 3k from your auto attacking crits. So that's a very good DPS for a hybrid build. Okay, guys. In Reaper, I'm using these traits, and the ones that you don't want to change are this one, Decimatic defenses, and this is why we want to have as much as vulnerability as we can. Okay. For every vulnerability stack, I get 2% critical chance, and I can stack 25 vulnerability very easily, guys. Okay, without even going into Reaper Shroud. By having your Great Sword number 3, this is 12 stacks, and Will of Suffering will also give you 12 stacks of vulnerability. That's 24 on your own, okay? So if there's someone in your party helping you with vulnerability, don't worry about spamming your Gravedigger. You're going to be critting pretty much all the time. So 50% crit chance maximized from vulnerability stacks, plus the 30 that we have, that's 80. And if somebody giving you Fury, or you have a Ranger with Spotter, or you have a Warrior with Banner of Discipline, you can reach your 100% really easy, guys. Okay? And anyway, 80% is really quite high, and it's pretty much satisfying. And the Blighter's Boon trait also, guys, I don't like to change, and this one syncs really good with Reaper's Might, which is Spite trait here. Okay, and the sigil of strength that we have on our greatsword, guys. Okay, because when I'm critting, I'm gaining might, and when I'm auto attacking in Reaper number one, I'm gaining might. So if I'm critting outside of Reaper Shroud, then I'm gaining life force. So it helps with your sustainability and filling up your life force quickly. If I'm on life force, I'm auto attacking with might. I'm gaining sustainability. I'm gaining more damage. I'm putting out burning stacks. I'm putting out vulnerability, and therefore critting chance is higher. So auto attacking is really strong with this build. Okay, guys. I'm not saying you should auto attack all the time, no, but use your number 5 and 4 uh, properly for CC removal or putting out your ice field with number 5, and then you can spam number 4 and number 2 for your combo finishers. Okay, this gives you really good combinations. Number 3, I usually keep it for either sustaining because it gives me boons of stability, or to CC the boss by fearing it. Okay, guys. So these are the traits of the build, and I think I didn't show you my candy food, but you probably can figure that out, which is the toxic focusing crystal, 100 condition damage, and 10% finishing duration, and the rare veggie pizza, which gives you 20% condition duration and 70 condi damage. Okay, guys. So again, this build will give you the flexibility, and you're still gonna be doing really good. And like I said, pretty much all the contents of the game, the most difficult contents of the game, you're gonna be surviving. You're gonna be doing really good damage, and I'm really enjoying the build, which is why I'm showing it to you guys. Try it out and let me know what you like, if you like it or not, or if you have any comments or anything. For utility skills, like I said, um, it depends on the situation, but I find myself pretty much using these as default. But if I need more candy removals, then I can take a consume conditions for healing skill, or I can swap this to Wall of Power because it converts conditions to boons. If I need some teleports, I can use my worm. Okay, so it depends, like I said, on the situation. So I'm not gonna tell you that these are the utility skills that you want to use. So it's up to you. It's up to the situation. All right, guys. So let me know what you think, and that's it. Thank you.